Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be having a look at some important news for Warhammer 40,000 10th edition and how the Horus Heresy models are going to be affected by the new rules, in particular tournament play. We've already seen some of the classic 40k models getting the legend treatment, but now it's time for Horus Heresy. So in the video I'll be going through the recent article that was just put up on the Warhammer community site, and we'll be having a look at which models will be able to be played in Warhammer 40,000 tournaments now, and which ones won't, and how it's going to affect other games like match play and narrative play. As we've seen in the past, many of the Horus Heresy models have received rules for Warhammer 40,000, but the article tells us that in the new edition, these units will return as Legends of the Horus Heresy. Now, you'll still be able to use them in your casual games, but as far as competitive tournament gameplay goes, you won't be able to use them, as that's going to be sticking to the core Warhammer 40,000 miniatures range. There is a silver lining though, because the Legends of the Horus Heresy models are all going to get new data sheets. These are all going to be free, and you can still play them in Warhammer 40,000 10th edition, but again, not in competitive play. And these data sheets, unfortunately though, will not be updated. Let's have a look at one of the examples, and they showed us the Kratos tank, an awesome model. Not that effective on the tabletop in my experience, but it looks so cool. Must be one of the best tanks available. But here's a look at the data sheet, and this is going to be the same data sheet you'll be using for Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines, but the Chaos Space Marines will receive an army rule card in addition to this, and it will show you which of the keywords you'll be needing to switch out. So it's good to get the data sheet right at the beginning of the new edition as well. That's really cool. But again, just to stress, these aren't going to get any updates. No balance updates. They're not going to be changed at all. And so as the new 10th edition develops, the meta shifts, these data sheets are all going to remain the same. I'm running a Warhammer 40,000 tournament on the 20th of August 2023, so I was really keen to find out this update today. And if you're looking at playing in the tournaments, you're not going to be able to use those models, so it just confirms that now. And it makes sense. The idea here is that they want to balance the game in competitive play, but they still want to let collectors be able to use their models in casual games. So there's a bit of a kind of give and take there, and it works for me. I don't mind it at all. I think there's so many models available in the regular core Warhammer 40,000 range, and if they're not going to be updating these data sheets with the balance updates, then it makes sense that you're not going to be able to use them in the tournament play. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be interested to hear your thoughts, and also if you're looking to pick up a ticket and play 10th edition in a competitive environment that's also fun with a big emphasis on narrative, then check out my tickets down below as well. The link below will take you straight to the website where you can get all the details, and then as we get 10th edition rules released officially, I'll be updating the tournament pack as well. They do make a point of saying that there are some Horus Heresy era models that are older marks of contemporary Warhammer 40,000 units, like the Land Raiders. So there won't be specific rules for these, but they tell us that we should absolutely feel free to use the appropriate Warhammer 40,000 datasheet to represent those units in our games. So that's cool. We can still use some of the models and then use the Warhammer 40,000 datasheets that will be updated. So that's good. I've took this clip straight from the article just so it confirms and you can see exactly which units from the Legends of the Horus Heresy that you can use in matched and narrative play, but not in competitive events. So if you're going to a tournament, you won't be able to use these. You might want to pause the video here and have a look through this list, but I'll also put the link to the article in the description below so you can go and have a read there as well. But this sums up all of the units there, but it's quite a lot. There's a ton on the Forge World website, as I'm sure you know if you flick through it and scroll down. You're going to see loads of different units now. And I think if you don't play tournaments, you're not into the competitive official scene, then, you know, it's not really going to affect you. You can still use it in your narrative games, your local clubs and things like that. Any friendly match play games, that's going to be cool. So no problem there, but if you do want to play tournament, all these are going to be taken out of the equation now. Now there are some exceptions, and these are going to be the Knight Households and Titan Legions, and these models will continue to receive supported rules for Warhammer 40,000 in a downloadable Imperial Armour Index. And it says in the article that they'll continue to receive balance updates as well going forward, and so they will be usable in competitive settings, as will the Adeptus Custodes units as well. So Imperial Knights, Adeptus Custodes, they're still going to be updated by the sounds of it, and you can use them in regular casual games and in the official tournament competitive play too. This is great news if you're a fan of the Adeptus Custodes. You're still going to have all these available now in competitive play, and with the range being quite small, with the core Warhammer 40,000 units available, it's really good that you can still get this. Same goes for those Imperial Knights and Titans as well. And tomorrow I believe we're going to see some rules sneak peeks for the Adeptus Titanicus, some of these larger models as well for the new edition. So that's really good news, lots to look forward to there. They say at the bottom of the article that as new units are going to be added to the Horus Heresy, they're only going to get Warhammer 40,000 rules where it would be appropriate. So a unit might be considered to be somewhat common in the 41st century, then they're going to include it. But if it's not, then they're not. So there we go. We might see rules, we might not. We're just going to have to wait and see as new models are going to be released. There we go then, a bit of a mixed bag, some good news, some bad news, but I think really it's only going to affect people who play competitive tournaments. So if you're into that, then just be aware of all those models that you won't be able to use now. But good news, if you don't play tournaments, you'll be able to get the Horus Heresy data sheets available to download in June, and I think the next couple of weeks are going to be crazy for Warhammer 40,000. This new 10th edition is bringing so many new downloads, so many new rules, and a lot of it's going to start dropping real soon, and I'll keep you updated here on the channel for sure. If this video was interesting to you, you might want to check out the dreadful news video. I'll link to it at the end of this video, and if you like using models in different games, check out my base adapters video where I showed how you can use Katachan models and then use these base adapters to get the bases from 25 to 28mm and then use them in Kill Team or 40k as Kazakin models. That's it from me for now though. I'll be doing another video today as there's just been an article released on an update for the Space Marine chapters, which is really cool. I can't wait to have a look at that, Space Wolves especially, so I'll be bringing that to you very soon. And thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my sponsors this month for helping me keep going with these daily videos. A big shout out to Phoenix Performance Coaching, who sponsored a new series on preparing for tournament play. Check out those videos if you'd like to see those as well. And big thanks to War Factor, who provided me with those base adapters. So if you'd like to see those, that's going to follow at the end of this video. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.